All right, lesson 2.1 is actually pretty quick. So it's called Keep Me in the Loop. Again, you can access it from the lesson 2 section of your PLTW workbook now. We're moving on. I'm going to kind of just brush through the beginning of this just to explain the point, and then if you want to read further, that's fine. The goal here is we're going to come back to this bus example, and we talked before that, instead of writing move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward, that gets a little redundant. So we're going to talk about how to make a loop. So yeah, here's kind of that basic idea of, all right, we don't need to have this separated 5 different times. So the way that App Inventor does loops is, I'll scroll down kind of like this. So it's in the orange category on the control, this thing that says for each number, and then we'll talk about what these numbers actually mean. So this is how a loop works in App Inventor. For each number 1 through 4, counting by 1, do whatever you have in here. So this is basically saying from steps 1, 2, 3, 4, counting by ones, it's going to move forward. It's a little bit of a weird way to write this, but essentially it's just how many times do you want to count up and how many are you counting by? Generally, most of the time you're always counting by ones. But yeah, so this is basically a move forward 4 times repeated, right? So with that in mind, and notice how you can embed this, right? So with your start button clicked, you'll, in this case right here, loop forward 4 times and then call left. Notice how the call turn left is not part of this loop because you don't want to repeat a turn left 4 times or just spin in a circle. Okay, so once you kind of have that in your mind, we're going to download right here this Keep Me in the Loop source file. So if I click this and download it, hop back over here, we're going to import the project from my computer. There it is. Now, when you first open this, and I don't think you'll have to really do anything to the design screen, you might actually have to set this, I think I remember doing this before, you might have to set your screen size to monitor size again and maybe just move the bus so that it starts on the start pad and looking straight ahead. For some reason, how they've changed the screen, it's made the bus start in a different spot. So you might want to just drag the bus to start so it's lined up with the road. But beyond that, if you go to the blocks menu, you are probably going to look at this at first glance and just freak out because this looks really scary, right? Luckily, all of this stuff is not needing to be edited, okay? So all this is how the code is set up to pre-perform, I guess. The one thing, though, that is new is this concept right here of a procedure. So see how, like right here, for instance, it has this purple box that says turn right, and then it tells it what to do for a turn right. So this is a big, the original copy of something. And what you can do is, if you go under the Procedures tab, you can call that procedure to happen. So in this case, you have a procedure already set up for you for a call move forward, a call turn left, and a call turn right. For example, that call turn right is just going to do whatever is in this box. It's already pre-programmed for you. And again, there's already a turn left set up, and there's also, like, check this out. This move forward is super complicated. Luckily, we don't have to actually code that ourselves because it's already set up. What you're actually going to be doing with this loop, though, is setting up the start button. So when you push the start button, we want you to create the plan for your bus to follow to get to the end with one push of the button. So the start button says when start is clicked, you're going to have to make it move and turn and get to the end, basically. So if I look, my bus needs to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Okay? So again, I don't want to do call, move forward, call, move forward, call, move forward, call, move forward. That's gets a little bit overkill, right? We want to try to use those loops, those repeats. So if you go back under control, remember right here, there's this block that says for each number, and you can set it, right? So I'm gonna move this little block in here, and we said it needs to go 4 times. So from 1 to 4, counting by ones, move forward. So that'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. At this block, I need to call it to turn left, so it's ready to face this way. And then if you see, after I turn left, there's a move 2. So if I turn left, then I can duplicate this, and a move 2 would be done like this. From 1 to 2, counting by ones, I move forward. That's a repeat 2. So your job is to continue this start button, and by using loops and turns and all these different things, get your bus to move all the way to the museum, okay? If you have a tablet or a phone or anything at home, you should be able to connect and test it if you download the App Inventor app. If not, you're just going to have to try to build this without being able to test it. It's a lot easier if you can actually see where you're going with the testing. But if not, it's not the end of the world. You can probably figure this out without testing it. When you're ready and you've got your entire plan jotted down in here with the code, then please try to take a snip of the entire thing and turn that snip into the assignment on Canvas. You might have to zoom out a little bit so that you can see, because it's going to get pretty long. Or you could maybe take 2 snips. But I think you can probably just zoom out and then take a big picture of the whole thing, okay? So do loops and turns and everything, and take a picture of this when you're done. Remember, you're not editing anything else over here. You're just creating this start button plan of loops and turns and all that stuff, okay? Good luck. Ask questions if you need us on Canvas.